Hello, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we mean by term-to-term rules. Now, a sequence that I've written here, a sequence of numbers, each one of these numbers is considered a term, and each term has a position in the sequence. So the first term, the first position in the sequence is 19. The second term, the second position in the sequence is 23, and so on. Now, to find the rule, the term-to-term rule, what we're looking for is what connects this number to that number. What connects 19 to 23? What connects 23 to 27? And so on. We are looking for a common difference. Now, in this case, 19 to 23, I'm adding 4. 23 to 27, adding 4. 27 to 31, adding 4. 31 to 35, I'm adding 4. So our common difference here, and the rule for this sequence, is to add 4. So that's a increasing sequence. We can also have a decreasing sequence. So in this example, 4 to 1, so I would take away 3, 1 to negative 2, so we need to remember how to work with negative numbers. That's also taking away 3. Another 3 away from negative 2 is negative 5, and another 3 away would get us to negative 8. These 3 dots at the end just means, and this sequence goes on. Okay, so our common difference is subtract 3, so that is our rule. We would subtract 3, that's our rule, our term-to-term rule. Now, I've worked just with whole numbers. You can obviously work with decimals or fractions. So in the first example, we've got a decimal sequence. So 1.3 to 2.4, the difference there is 1.1, and that is getting bigger. Let's have another check here. 2.4 to 3.5, that is another 1.1. 3.5 to 4.6, again, I'm adding 1.1. So our rule is we would add 1.1. The final sequence we're going to look at is a fractional one. Now, this is a little bit tricky because it's not quite obvious what's happening. So my tip would be, if you get a sequence like this, try and get all the denominators the same, or try and convert some of these fractions to equivalent fractions and see if you can spot a pattern. Okay, in this sequence, I've got 3/8 going to a half. Well, what is a half if I was to write it as with a denominator of 8? That would be 4/8. So I've got 3/8 followed by 4/8 followed by 5/8. So I can start to see the pattern now. 3/4 though, well, if I was to put that with a denominator of 8, I'd need to double the top, 6/8, and then 7/8. And then my term-to-term rule would be I would add 1/8 to each term. So this sequence is increasing by 1/8 every time. Hope that's helpful.